Okay, so something happened there and I got booted out of my video that I was making. So again, I'm going to show you at the bottom here. I'm rolling around the edges with the sandpaper. That way I can scuff it up and I get the black coming out. And there's no perfect way to make it look at the bottom. Just whatever looks good to you. Now, I did take my water slide that I'm putting on here and I marked the areas with pen that I don't want to remove all of the paint off of. So now, after I did some scuffing up with my sandpaper, I'm going to start with the acetone. Now with this one I am taking a lot off because I don't want to cover up that really pretty buffalo plaid. I don't want to cover all of it up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stay away from the area where I have that all marked up. And I'm just going to wipe down, get as much off as I possibly can. Get all that pretty buffalo plaid back out. Now this is a process when you're removing a lot. And don't worry about making it all perfect right now because you're going to go back and you're going to do a lot of cleaning up on this. You're going to go through a lot of paper towels too. I use paper towels more than I use anything else when I'm doing this because paper towels don't leave that fuzziness behind that I've noticed washcloths and other things leave behind. See, we got it coming, showing up good there. Make sure to try to keep the lid on your acetone as much as possible when you're doing this because you don't want to smell too many fumes. It's just bad enough as it is. Okay, so I'm getting close right here to where one of my edges are for where my design is going. So I'm going to start to work around that. Just a little bit of acetone. Oops, it stinks. I always put a paper towel or something soft down where I'm working just to rest my cup on. Be careful not to get acetone on the paper towel that's underneath it because it will stick to your cup if you set it down on there. Now that I'm getting close to where one of my marks are, I'm going to get my sandpaper back out and go like this. Start scuffing it up around there. Switch sides. want it to be 100% perfect around where my design is going. So I'm just going to scuff up. I have a spot right here where it's going to indent some more because of the way the design is. I will have to check and see what grit sandpaper this is. I can't remember. I think it's like 280 is what I'm using. I do like using the sandpaper a lot more because it gives it more of that, well, what do we want to call it? Patina look. See that? This right here will fill in and go away when you epoxy, but make sure you wash it really, really good and go over it again with a Q-tip to clean it up really good. Make sure you don't have any paint stuck in there like this. Because if you have paint stuck in all those little crevices, then it'll be really dull when you put it underneath epoxy, and you don't want that. See, there is, oh, where's my camera at today? There is paint on there that you don't even see. So you want to make sure you clean that up really good and then wash it really good afterwards with some Dawn dish soap. So when I get there, I got that side scuffed up. I'll try not to make a mess this time. Stuff on my table. Okay, so I'm going to move around where my design is going. Wipe off as much as I can. Just love the way these Buffalo Plaids look, and I love the way they look distressed, and I don't want to cover up. I only want to cover up what I have to with these. That way it looks super pretty. So all these little spots where you have some paint left over, you can go back and clean them up later with your Q-tips. So here I am again in the area where my design is going to go. So you want to scuff this up coming in from different angles. Let's see if you can see that right there. Now this tumbler ends up looking like a huge mess as you're working on it, which is totally fine. Oh, it's sticking. I'm going to do around my edges at the top where my design's going also. And as you can see, I've already pulled a lot off of here. And I'm not going to go around and start cleaning this up until it gets closer to being done. But I am going to scuff up a lot with the sandpaper around where my design is going. Paper towels. Just cleaned up some. Now I do want to leave a couple spots where it's a little scuffy, and then I want to leave some where I have white paint showing. Do a spot right there. And to go back in and clean that up, I will do that with spray paint. Or not a spray paint, the Q-tips. Can't even think today. Okay, now that I got this to where I'm happy with all the stuff that I'm taking off of it, it is time to get the sandpaper back out. And this sandpaper is P180. Now, this is what it's looking like right now. This bigger spot is where my design is going to go. See that? Okay, now where I have the white at is where I'm going to use the sandpaper at the most. Switch sandpapers here. Try this one. might have to clean that up a little bit with some Q-tips. I don't like that. It's turning gray. Here's my other sandblock. That's better. Oh, this sandpaper's getting old. Used. Switch it around. Apologize for the sound of the furnace, but I gotta keep it warm in here. Now you want to stand right around the edges until you have just what you want showing. The harder you push, the more stuff that's going to come off it, which is fine. It'll help you achieve that patina. Now that it looks absolutely horrible, I'm going to go around with my Q-tip and clean up all this excess paint that's on there in spots where you don't want it. There's a lot more paint on there than you think there is in spots. This part wouldn't be so bad to do with a cotton ball. It wouldn't hurt it any. The main goal is to get up all that excess paint because you don't want that underneath the epoxy. It will not look good. It'll keep your glitter extremely dull. You want to make sure you get right around the rim really good too, because you're going to have a lot of glitter up there that you're going to want to come through. I like to make sure I have all the paint off the rim. Okay, this is ready to be washed. I'm going to go wash this up quick and then we're going to apply the design to it.